Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome back to another video on Conqueror Blade. So, Sons of Fenrir. A little bit of a strange unit that obviously came in Season 7, in the Viking season. And one that you don't really see in games all that often. And one I think that's fair to say is generally considered to be a bit of a mediocre unit. They were kind of cool when they came out, but you know, once people had played them a little bit, they generally dropped off. You actually don't really see all that many of them in games today. But I did kind of enjoy them a little bit at Season 7, and so I kind of wanted to see how were they going to stack up today. And I actually kind of wanted to play them a little bit differently, because last time I used them more as a strategic unit. I like to find the high ground and then sort of command them from a distance, try and work them through the enemy units to get to the archers at the back. And then they basically suicide themselves, but they actually take out quite a lot of archers with them. But one of the good things they have always had is a lot of hero damage, because they sort of cluster up. They double hit basically first with their axe and then with their like little dagger, and so it means they actually put out quite a lot of damage in quite quick succession. So I thought, how about we use them almost like as a wall defense unit? I wonder if we can start to pick up a few hero kills with them. So that's what we're going to be going for today. Veterancy line wise, I'm still running along the bottom. Mostly just things, the extra damage, particularly on their beast mode, which gives them that extra damage buff, which is really quite nice to have. We sometimes use the wolf sleep. It can be nice for covering ground, getting over shields and things like that, but largely we're just using beast for the extra damage, and we're using predator for that extra little bit of movement speed. In terms of doctrines, if I can remember which button to press, really nothing fancy at all going on here. Just a slightly little bit of extra damage from the wolf doctrine. A breakthrough doctrine. I suppose, considering that I've mostly been going for enemy heroes, it would have made a lot of sense to put on a assassination doctrine. So we'll probably go and do that. And other than that, slashing damage and slashing AP. So anyway, didn't want this to be a long introduction. Let's hop into a battle and see if we can hunt down a few enemy heroes. So we kick things off on a little bit of Orgolia, and actually playing them in the style that I used to play them. Right, I'm up staying on the walls, I have no desire, and I'm far too lazy to actually go down myself. So I thought, send the unit, nothing else down there, so I might as well go and have a little bit of a pop at some of the guys pushing the siege tower. And hey, why not? We're back on Predator to get that 25% movement speed buff, and you see how fast they go. I just push them onto the tower and set them on attack, as I get shot by a culverin. Nice shot. Yeah, they kill a few of them. The guy then actually pulls his dudes off the tower and back to the supply point. Well, I'm not going to go chasing them, across the map. I was just trying to basically delay that tower pushing in. And so that's one way you can use them. Stand on high ground and basically control them almost like a Total War game. You're just commanding a unit from a distance. And they do work quite well for that. Because of their movement speed with Predator, you can often outflank and get round to the archers at the back. And that's definitely how I played them kind of in Season 7. But you can also use them almost as like a point defense unit, as just like a wall fighting unit. So as we come back from that, we notice that they're actually pushing the B point quite hard. They've got both towers in, and they're starting to stack up. You'd sort of think this really isn't the unit for the job. And you can see me kind of thinking about what I want to do. They push it with the unit of pipe militia, and I just go around the back. The guy actually doesn't notice me because he doesn't turn to face me. I push the unit in, I go on with the damage. I mean, it's definitely more damaging than something like a unit of condos. Far more damaging. And actually the cooldown on the extra damage, or whatever you want to call it, shock attack type ability is actually really quite short. And it's shortened by damaging more enemy units, so the more damage you do, the quicker the cooldown. But anyway, we killed the hero. Utterly obliterated that poor unit of pipe militia. But anyway, there's a few more enemies around, so we come charging back in. Put the Predator on for the speed, just go on for the charges to cover more ground. Unit goes flying off into the ether, and we start to just go around with our damaging ability on. Get our second hero kill, as we then lock down and kill the third enemy hero, although I managed to get that one myself. The unit just cuts these people to pieces. I mean, heroes particularly, it just seems to do so much damage to them. It must have some sort of buff versus heroes, but it just seems to be super effective. Anyway, so that, at least for now, is the B point secure. Looks like the enemy is starting to push A pretty hard. So it looks like A is actually going to be falling fairly shortly. So we're going to end up having to pull back and defend some other parts of the wall. But at least for now, it looks like the B point is secure. So I decided to start to push back along the wall, see what else I can find, see what else is going on. The breach ends up opening up. And I'm basically just checking these towers just to see if there's anything of interest that I can get. You know, maybe someone could be dragging a unit of Pavis to the supply point. And then I could use them back in that strategic review, use their extreme speed. They're not quite as fast as cavalry, but they're really pretty close. So you can get them down those siege towers, out into enemy ranged units really rather quickly. And when they're in that predator mode, they actually get a bonus to range damage resistance. They don't take all that much damage. But anyway, as I was kind of loosely coming back to this supply point, got enemy palace guards coming up. Okay, so this is where you struggle with this unit and where you have to play more tactically, shall we say. These palace guards are going to come off. I cannot face them frontally. There's no point me fighting them on this tower here. If I charged and leaped over them, yeah, we might kill a few. We're not going to kill many. It's really not going to get me anywhere. We've also got a couple of enemy heroes coming off the other tower, along with some claymores. A tough moment here. I start to push up. The claymores, the palace guards do exactly what I want them to. They group up on the front of those pikes. Allows me to get around behind. I go on with my damage ability. We finish off what's left of the palace guards. With a bit of assistance, we get down the claymores as well. Grab the enemy hero for the 4th hero kill. And there we go. We've really kind of cleaned up. And we didn't really take much damage at all. The difference being, you can't fight a unit like palace guards frontally. You have to be able to get round the back. And if you can get round the back, you can really do the damage. And it works really quite well. But yeah, that's the problem with the unit. It requires you to have allies here with you, or else it's just not going to be working at all. As a nice unit of Iron Reapers appears. Yeah, didn't really want to play that game. They are brutally damaging. It's going to be extremely difficult to deal with Iron Reapers with a unit like this. I realise as I'm coming out, I'm in a bad spot. I get pinned down by 2 enemy heroes. I call the Sons of Fenrir to me. We grab our 1st hero kill. We grab our 2nd hero kill. Can we get the 3rd? Come on. Oh, I just go down. But we managed to get another 2 hero kills with the unit as I die. So we just took out 4 heroes in the space of like 10 seconds. And the unit is now fighting on getting kills as well. And the damage they do is really quite insane. They just cut enemies down super quickly. I mean, you saw how quickly we managed to get hero kills there. And really, I was on like a quarter health when I got pinned down by those 2 heroes in the corner. And yet the unit was still able to get to me, kill them both, kill 2 other people just on the way, randomers who we didn't even see. We didn't even see them get killed. And that's why I've been really enjoying these Sons of Fenrir as just a close range support unit. You just can't fight units frontally. But heroes, ka-ching, always win. And yeah, if you can get around the back of enemy units, then you're pretty much quids in. So I was then just trying to sort of get what extra kills I can. You know, a lot of the unit died, but some of them still survived. I pull through this clump here because I know they're going to the C point, and really we're going to lose C before we've even lost B here. So it's really quite important to try and defend here. So I get up, I get attacked by this enemy poleaxe, which, I mean, was a victim in waiting. Unfortunately here I'm pretty screwed. I've got a full unit of pike militia, a full unit of shields and 2 enemy heroes. There's not a lot I can do, I'm just buying time. We get a bit of a leap on and we get slightly into the shields, but with the pike militia there's really not a lot I can do, and I don't have my damage off cooldown. And there we go. The unit is dead, and I'm stuck in the unit of shields, and there we go, I'm finally dead as well. It's pretty impressive what this unit can do though. We got ourselves to 10 hero kills with them. They are brutal. You saw how quickly that poleaxe went down. Definitely worth picking up this unit and worth checking them out. They are quite hard to play, I think. Quite hard to play well, because you have to be really careful to not fight the wrong units frontally. Otherwise it all goes to pot really rather quickly. But anyway, yeah, really quite a good unit. Hopefully you kind of enjoyed this little clip. It was a little bit of a random one, but yeah, really quite enjoyed playing them. If you did, do let me know, of course, what you think in the comments down below. How have you been getting on with your Sons of Fenrir? And, of course, subscribe to the channel for lots more Conqueror Blade content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you guys all on the next video.
Make ready! Flatten them! Shatter them!